athlete. He's a trader. He has won a lot of tournaments and championship. So he's also like a very motivational person, and he has inspired thousands of people. So without any further ado, let's hear Tomas' journey in his own words. Yeah, you ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It means she told you all, I can go out. Okay, thanks a lot for the warm words at the beginning. Yeah, I am living two lives in one. I was a really strong condition baby. I bore it as a normal healthy person. I like sports from my young age. Also, my mother mentioned I am still running and after sitting and eating, but I did it till my whole running life, and I like sports so much from my beginning young age. And as you see on the left picture, I prefer the football because I have a 100-meter from my home stadium. It means I came back from the school. Okay, we wait. Sorry, we have a time. I put my back down and go for stadium and training with the adult people and so on. It means spend all time with the ball. And I was quite succeed because till 22 years, it was finished my first life. I played the 3 years, the first Slovak Junior League, 2 years in Spartak Trnava, 1 year here in Bratislava, in Inter Bratislava. After I also qualified for the adult team. It means I played the first league at the Slovak, and also we played the European League and so on. It means I had to feel what is a professional footballer, because it was my target from my young age, be a professional footballer and have a career, and after finish the career, continue as the professional trainer. And also when I finished the high school, I qualified for the high university on the La Franconi. I think you know it, the school. It was a FTVS, and there was a 500 people what want to go there, and they qualify only 50, and I was a 37 or 38 position, and it was exactly what I want to do after my football career. It was a license for the be professional trainer, football trainer. It means, and between this time I met the football managers, and they saw me as the young, let's say the talent, they call it, and they want to sell me for another clubs. It means they want to have some premium on me. I told them for sure, yes, as usual. But I was on some club also on the taste. They send the videos and so on. And finally, what I want to tell you also, see on the right side, till 22 years, there is a hill. And at the top you see the small man. And all this hill is my complete 22 years. So what I investment only for one word, and the word mean the sports, because I do it every day. I did it in the school, I did it in the training. After at the evening I play with the friends, the squash, everything. And at the top you see the small person, and it was at the beginning what I managed to do till 22 years. I want to start a professional footballer and continue career and so on. And on the left side you see the dark picture, and it is what happened really so quick. Because I finished, I was 22 years and I finished this sport at university, and I remember when I go on the Shafarik Square with the license in my hand, when I finished the sport at university, and I mentioned, okay, now is the time, start only really the football, and it is what you like and so on. And 2 weeks after promotion, I went at the morning by car on the football training, and I don't have a safe bell, okay? And when I go have a plan, go in front of another car, I received the defect on my left wheel. And when I try to go back on the line, when I was previous, I catch the car what was beside me, and the car is start flying from the road 5 or 6 times, turn around, and I fly back from the window from the car, and they found me 40 meters from the car. and it was finished. The first life was finished, and I don't remind it because I was 3 weeks in coma, and my status was really not good because I have a 2 times bigger head, the eyes open 4 days after accident. The right eyes I saw 3 or 4 months later. They afraid if I have a seeing in the future, and now I see up the corner. And it was really not so easy, and I have a lot of scares on my face because I fly it by the window. It means it was complete catch. Also, when I am now sitting on my best friend, because I cannot tell him bad word, because without him I don't move. I was the spinal cord, and I have a damage the 6 vertebrae, what was for 80% completely destroyed, little bit. And also I don't move with right hand everything. And after these 3 weeks, when I was in coma, when I opened my eyes, I also lose 20 kilo on my weight. It means my status was really terrible. It was as the bones, what the students are learning on the biology. It was really, and it was only 2 weeks after this promotion, and I call it the first life is finished, and the second life is starting. Now I do the laughing, but it was not so easy but what was also good, I received the medicament, what they call it, the morphine. It means it is really kind of drugs. It means you don't really feel any pain, nothing. And when I open up my eyes, I think I am on some camp and I go out by my legs and so on. But after, when you start to feel reality, was another story. And also by these 3 weeks, what I want to remind, there was some interesting point how we must be more patient about our occasion, because I had two, let's say, the critical situation for these 3 weeks. The next day, they call it's not so easy because I have it was maybe 70% ready for diet, but 30% won. And also they mentioned when I didn't do the sports and my body is not in this good shape, I died 3-4 hours later after this accident. The body was totally kaput and the breakdown. And also the second one was when they transport me from this Bratislava hospital to the hospital when I am living. My lungs must be usually for 100% and mine was only for 20%. And they called at the evening the parents, okay, now is the chance, he's living till tomorrow 50 by 50. It was the TV competition, The Millionaire. And the parents mentioned it was the hardest night in their life because each minute was 1 hour. And at the morning, what I want to remind also a lot of old people was really interesting because I don't remind it, and I let's say have discussion between the doctors and sisters. I try to do on alphabet by the fingers letters, and I told them, you are really number one, you secure my life, and it is what I want to tell you. The occasion is fighting also with us when we don't know about it by the brain. And it was important, and because as you see now also everybody talk with yourself. It's normal, but be more careful what you have in the mind. If you have in mind the positive or negative thing, because our brain is only realization, but the occasion is important. And it is from it was really what I also was surprised because it is already 18 years. And when last week I met some doctor and he still reminded they don't have this experience after these 18 years. If somebody did the same as me, and I told them, you see why I am survived. Okay, this is now, if you don't stop, it doesn't matter how you show you go. It is the point how I start to feel what will be the reality after this accident, because when I opened my house 3 or 4 days, they transported me to the National Rehabilitation Center in Kovačova when I spent 6 months. But they transported me there when I was in the lying position. And now I came back for this football manager because he called me when I was 5 days, what I remember, or something. And he doesn't know what happened to me, and I cannot speak. It means he mentioned to the phone to the sister what was assistance, and he explained her he doesn't hurrying her. I am really maybe on the diet bed. And he explained her how is it easily. I have a contract in the hand from the French second league. It was a Lille. Before 18 years they played the second league. Now they are 10 years in the first league. And they saw my video. They really need to me and so on. And the 3 years contract is on the table. It is only the sign and stamp. We fly to Paris and go there. And after she told me, but please listen to me, again, it's not possible to realize. And when she explained me what happened, next day she came to my bed and giving to my bed 65 roses. He started to cry and go out. Maybe he want to kill me, or I don't know. It was really again another, when you think you deep down, it was another step deep down, because after I start maybe 2 times more why I am surviving, because normally think is when I am, let's say, diet, it is the normal, let's say, life proceed. Only in November people remind to me and that's it. But for me it was a little freedom, because I don't feel any pain, I don't feel nothing. And now, okay, I survive, and still I must try to find my own motivation, what I want to do and how I am survive. But at the beginning it was not so easy. It is why I mentioned this picture, because the proceed for rehabilitation was as the snake is lying on the back, lose the GPS and want to go to the hill. It was really so slowly. And I was in this National Rehabilitation Center maybe 6 months, and I still don't have a feel what is the real life, because you saw turn around to you only the, let's say, the people with the similar situation, with the similar accidents and so on. And when I came back at home after half of the year, I was sitting on the wheelchair, and maybe 5-10 minutes and I must go lying, because the immunity and the physical condition was not in good. And also, if I remember, if I came back when I opened my eyes after these 3 weeks, my moving with my body was only with the left hand 10 seconds, it fell down, and with the right hand and with my body nothing. I don't do also this the simple move with the head. It was really terrible. It means starting from beginning, and it is why I call it everything is possible, because you will see later. And after this half of the year, when I came back, it was another, let's say, step down and not up, because also what I have a girlfriend 3 years and so on, she doesn't accept, let's say, my status. But what is logical for me, because I was a young 22, she was 20, and the life was another story. And when she saw me, let's say, she doesn't see any better future. What I also don't know, in this time, I really don't have any idea what happened, what is going on in future. But it was really not so easy. It was another step deep down, and I think I expect what can be worse, only diet. But it is why I feel it. And now I call it also some idea, because I was really on the diet bed, because I cannot do anything alone. I cannot eat alone, I don't wash alone. They take care of me with everything. They turn me around on the bed, and you only open eyes and see what happened on and what is going on. Also with this right hand, after it's little starting moving, and these fingers was okay, and this one was terrible, and I still remind what I did, the simple thing with it, and the first one was but she catches it, it's okay. It was really not so easy times, and when I came back, you see what you do without any thinking. It means you walking to the kitchen, to the bathroom, everything. I cannot do nothing, because with the wheelchair there was every hurdles on the step in the house. It must be complete recognize recovery, and also what is going on. I don't know what will be the future, because I don't know what I'm doing and so on. And there was only one luck situation, let's say, in this unluck story, was I have a really strong the people who was close to me, and it was my parents. What is really in this time is not, I know it's not so attractive, because everybody's divorced, but it was only the one point what I transferred to the people, it still exists. And when I was really in the shit, I find the big support from them. And because I know a lot of people, because when I want to do something and I don't have any support outside, you do nothing, because you're only lying and waiting. It means, if somebody don't take care of you, you really do nothing. And they also don't know how to do it, but we work together and we do step by step, and it's improved. Also know the people when the person who has, let's say, this life not so nice story, and he doesn't want to do anything with himself, and the people turn around want to support him. It is also the zero result, because it must be from both sides, and it was what I did, and it is why I still remind it now, because before them and also before they suffered, I really do nothing. And I am still also now. I have a chance to, let's say, rebuild my house, but I reconstruct the family house, and we are living together. It's funny because we are three generations in one house. We have my parents, me, and my children. It's funny. And also, it was 2 years after this accident when I do every day the rehabilitation with the half kilo weight and so on, and after 10 minutes mass lying, and so if my body with the recovery. But it was not only rehabilitation for the muscle and physically, but also for the brain, because there was still a lot of questions from my head, why I am survived, why I open my eyes and so on, and you must fight with it. You must, because the life is nice, because, and it was really not so easy and not so nice time. But finally, after time, really start to be the winning the positive ideas between these negatives. And after these 2 years, I still want to try to find a new motivation also on the wheelchair. And I tried to find it in the sports, and I met with the people from the Slovak Paralympic Committee, and they asked me what kind of sports I want to do, and I tell them, okay, it was simple like this. I am on the wheelchair, but I want to do really hard physical sport when I feel totally tired on the wheelchair, because I did it before the accident. I want to have the same feel, and we choose the tennis on the wheelchair, and for a better view. I think I have now the video. We are checking it. It is only 2 minutes, and it recorded last year. And after I told you how I managed to do this, it's let's say the final product. But at the beginning was not so easy. It's not me. It's my friend. And you see, it's a special wheelchair about the stability and so on. You must fix on it, because you can fall down, and you have a racket in the right hand and you're moving. You see, it's a final version, but at the beginning was funny because I start to do it on this normal wheelchair. They take me the ball, break it on the right hand, and I try to catch the ball and do back. It means it was also, it is after 13 years. It means at the beginning 2 or 3 years I try to accept and try to find the wheelchair and everything, because it is everything on yourself. And finally I also qualified to representation as the Slovak. And what was the first funny story at the beginning, because if I know the rules, I don't know if I choose the tennis, because it are playing also the healthy people. For me, what I call it, because they are walking normal, they have some, let's say, some accident on the leg, or for example, they have 9 fingers, not 10 on the legs, and they have a sign and stem and play with you. And it was my first match in Austria. On the tournament, they helped me sitting on the wheelchair, and the opposite one guy is going himself, sitting on the wheelchair and try to change the dress, and I am still waiting when the people going on the wheelchair, and I think it was his trainer or something, and he is sitting on the wheelchair, catch and go play with me. What is going on? And but also I don't lose the motivation for it. And now after my son do the summary, after 13 years, I had at home around 130 cups. It means they call it, I am going turn around, and they give me the cup and go home. I don't need to play the tennis. And it is the first idea, what I call it, everything is possible. Because as you see, as I told you at the beginning, I don't move with this right hand. It was only one bone. And also before accident, I don't play the tennis. And now if you need, you can do all what you do. And now I am playing with the right hand. And it is really 13 years, yes, what I play it now. But it is only the hobby, because it is also some bad idea if somebody compare the healthy tennis and tennis on the wheelchair is the same about the money. It is really, you can forget, because it is question of the sponsors, what you find, because you don't want any money, you want money, but it is on the coffee without sugar. It means I tried to do at the beginning as the football when I was a professional, but after half of the year I changed my opinion and I feel the reality. It means it's okay, I choose only it's a hobby. But also I traveling a lot with the tennis, because we were on the World Team Cup in Argentina, in Brasilia, in South Africa, in Pretoria. This year we were in the qualifying in Portugal, in Faro. It means traveling a lot, and you met with the people all over the world and so on. And I really, you see, there is a lot of trophies, but I don't tell you 130 cups when I which one of them is from which tournament, because we don't have time. And but what was also the funny story, we played also the Czech and Slovak league. We are around 40 players, because in this world working, the ranking is around 750 players, and my best was when I have it this year, not this, but when I went a lot of tournaments, I was around 80 in the single and 50 in the double. But we play also the Czech and Slovak when we are around 40, and I have a funny story is what I have a double partner for the double. His name is Utikal. It means in English it's running man, but he's on the wheelchair, is his surname. and he was really, he has the similar, let's say, accident also, what was not so happy with me, because it's funny, he is 16 years younger than me, and we are really like the brothers, because he had this accident 1 month later than me in the same age. It was 2001, I have it in end of July, he had it in September, and he was only 6 years. And he went by car with his grandfather, grandmother, and when he is sitting in the child sitting at the back of the car, they don't give him the safe bell like this, but like this. And the grandfather catch the truck. They are flying after the road, and the grandfather, grandmother died, and he was cutting like this from his 6 years. But he's now 24, and really he's finished the 3rd year in medicine. He is a streamer, he's what is a new popular. He's also try to do the rap on the wheelchair and so on. He's a crazy man, the same. And he has a girlfriend and everything. It means he's also living, let's say, on this side. He's not sitting only at home and waiting when he's died. And we won the last 3 years. We won complete double for this tour. It is 8 tournaments, and also this year. And we have a plan again. We only playing all tournaments together, but not only as winning the competition, but for doing it for the fun, because it's really more important. And in the single, I finished last 3 years on the third place. It means another cups for it. It's really, it's okay, yes. And also, yes, I came back. What I had also with this tennis, it's really funny stories, also for the emotion and also for the jokes. Because, for example, we were on one tournament, and how is important know some English words. Because we were with the Czech players, and one Czech player go to the reception and he mentioned, "Hey guys, I am going to pay the entry for tournament, and I will wait for you." And after 10 minutes, the reception standing behind him and show him like this or like this, and he was how the dog on the back, he was only doing by the head, and she repeated again. And after second one was a little better in English, because he know only hello, how are you, and that's it. And he told us, "Okay guys, I am going to solve it." He go also to reception, and after 5 minutes you see both of them. They are doing again this, and the reception still, "Really, or this?" And I said, "Okay, guys, now I think I was also before, let's say, 10 years, my English was not like this." And I tell them, "Okay, I try to solve it myself." And I go there, and she told me, "Please explain your colleague. Everything is okay, the entry is paid." But I ask them really what they want to eat for the dinner. They want to meat or the fish. And they told me, And after the reply was, why she doesn't ask us? Also, and another emotional story was funny, because when we played the international tournaments, they are also at the lines was the children who help you the ball. So they give you the ball and so on. And I am speaking with everybody, also with these young boys and girls. And there was one girl in the corner, and I asked her, "How are you?" She was quiet, and I said, "Okay, no, it means everybody maybe don't need to speak with me." And second set I played, and she still sits standing in the corner. I said, "Second chance, how are you?" Nothing. Next day, 3 hours later, I play another match, and she again go for my match and sitting in the corner. And I said, "How are you?" Nothing. Okay, I thought, okay, now stop, it's finished. And next day, I go play, I don't know, the semi-final or something, and she's standing there again, and I was quiet. I said, "Okay, don't ask nothing," and finish the match. And I go to the table, change the dress and the wheelchair and so on. And she came to me, and I was surprised what is going on. And I said, "Okay, now is the chance. How are you?" And she said, "Okay." And I asked her, "Okay, it's nice, the dialogue starting." And it was in November, and I asked her, "Oh, really, it's nice. And do you have maybe some idea, or what do you want to have under the Christmas tree and so on?" And it was reply really what I don't expect. She saw me with the poker face, and she told me, "Yes, I have one target. I want you must start walking, and we are going together." And I said, "Oh shit, what is going on?" And I told her, "Okay, now let's go at home, do the tea, sitting on the sofa, and close your eyes, and you have ID. We are going to the wood, and I say, take your hands, and we are going together, walking." "Yes, good idea, thanks." And she go out. It was really, yes, it is also another, what you want to try to find some motivation in your life. Also with the tennis, how you want to mentality, be more stronger, not only physically, but be ready also mentality. And I know I will talk later about it, the Peter Kristofovich, and he is the speaker and so on. And he has some idea about approaching the method. It means if you have some emotion experience in your life and you remember it, maybe you touch some point on your body, and it is in your head is this emotion, and you play the high level. And I sit with him, and he mentioned to me, "Tomas, before when I am going to the stage, every time I touch my earth and it's okay." And I tell him, "Oh, it's really not good idea." And he said, "Oh, why?" And I told him, do you think about one idea at the evening, you are lying in the bed, your wife is going to you, she's touching your earth, and you tell her, okay guys, I welcome you. Or I think about my wife came to me and I tell her forehand, backhand, and with the laughing, and finally I tried to find it, and little do realize eyes on my left finger. And I played in the Budapest. It was the tough match with some Australian guy. It was we started the lunchtime. It was around 32 degrees, and after 2.5 hours it was 35, and we still played the third set. I don't know if I have a 2 or 3 eyes, and it was a 5-5 in the third set, and I don't know, maybe I touching not only on the left hand, also right hand, maybe on the legs, the fingers, and finally I managed it, I won it. But it was really funny how you want to play with your head also on this physical sports, and it is also the method of what you want to do. And now with this tennis, really, it's only, you must also try to find the position in my life, and for me it's the hobby, because you cannot survive on it, and also don't compete with the best players at the world, but it's okay. I have some trophy, and now let's see in the future what is going on. This is another story. It's my family. I have 2 children, but it are really the presents from the sky. I don't know, because the boy is 11 years and daughter is 8.5, and it is funny experiences, because when they were younger, they moving on the wheelchair better than me, and especially my daughter, she was maybe around 5 years, and usually I sit on the sofa and she moving by the wheelchair for sure, and she forget my wheelchair in the next room, and she go to her baby room and she tried playing something, and I ask her, can you give me it back? 5 minutes quiet, and after she came to me, and how this strong woman, 5 years older girl, she stand before me and tell me, Papa, if you know how much I ran today, how much I must do with my legs, you never ask me this stupid question if I take your wheelchair, but you really don't understand it because you are still sitting. And I was quiet, and she went back to her baby room, and she said, okay, and go yourself for your wheelchair, not me. Also the boys came to me, it was maybe half of the year back, and she asked me, Papa, do you like it still sitting on the wheelchair? And I said, why you ask me? You see, I cannot do nothing. Really, I only ask you if you are really satisfied with it and everything is okay, you are on the wheelchair. I said, what I can do? Why you ask me? And he asked me, because at the afternoon my friends are coming and they ask to me if you are going to play with us the football or no. It is, but I like it because they know me only when I was on the wheelchair, not when I was healthy. And they let's say don't do any bad watching if somebody see on the wheelchair and so on. Also the other people, and it especially my boy. Last time was nice because there was some lady on the wheelchair and she fell down the back, and he came to her. But first ever, she checking if I saw him, and he helped her with the bag because after he know I must buy him something. It's normal. And what is really also a funny story when we are going for some holidays. Usually I am sure here is nobody from travel agency because I did one mistake one time. They called me, yes, everything is without barrier, also your room and everything. Yes, it was only when I paid after they stopped talking with me. And we went to the hotel 1 a.m. and they give me the key from the room, and I go 10 or 15 minutes for the room on my wheelchair, but it was really kamikaze. When I don't be in the strong, you never to do it. When was let's say the worst disability, you don't do it. And I go to the room, I open the door to the bathroom, and for sure I cannot go toilet. And I go again back these 15 minutes. I explain her, and she listened to me, yes. And after her simple reply was, okay, but if you want to go on toilet by the night, you can go on the beach. And I asked her, are you seriously? I am going here at the hotel 1 a.m. I don't know which kind is the sea, which kind is the beach. And you want to tell me? And finally I tell her, but okay, well, if I go by the night on the toilet, on the beach, maybe in the half of the way I can stop because it is not necessary and go back. It means they put us the door out at the night, and after 2 days again they give us the room as normal. But and what was also funny, when usually I'm checking is everything okay for me, and I know if I can go to the sea, the swimming and so on, and now it's not possible. Like for sure, I lying on this beach bed, and my children do the sea atmosphere because the daughter put on me the water and the boy do with the towel the waves and so on, and it was funny. And somebody still checking me, and I am okay when I'm going everywhere. I think okay, everybody checking when I'm on the wheelchair, but this guy was really. You feel it. It was really maybe 30 minutes. He's still checking me, and his face was how the 2 times the Louis de Funès. What was and it was a 3 times bigger copy to him. It was a bigger black man without her big eyes, and she's still checking. After he came to me, and he started speaking French and me English. And he's still French and me still English. It means we understand nothing. And after 20 minutes, I get his point. I got his point. He want to tell me, I and my friend want to help you. You can go to the swim. And I said, oh, okay. After I take their necks, and they put me to the water. I swimming 2-3 hours. After I give a hand up, go to the clothes, they take me back. And at the evening, I am sitting and I said, you really do the stupid idea, because when they put you to the water and go out, they go next day, oh guys, sorry, we forget you. I was how the mermaid is. And 3 days later, after the dinner, he came to me again, touched my arm, and I said, okay, it will be again the funny. Start again, French, English, nothing. And after he finds solution, he want to tell me by the, show me by the hands. Tomorrow, I fly at home. I said, okay. And his reply was, and for the swimming, you can forget. And you know what is going on? Next 7 days, my children, when I need something, go. It's really what can happen. But it's funny, is the family. And now last one, what you mentioned at the beginning, when I'm also the trader, because you must find some also money, let's say, for survive, because disability retired at the Slovak, I don't need to open this question, because maybe I receive it, I buy food for the dog and waiting another 2 weeks, because it's really not so easy, and I try to find some job or some working, what I can do, and you see on the left is Indian, my friend, and I have a chance to do, but really I don't know nothing about this job, about also my English was terrible, everything. And there was one Slovak small company, they are doing the trading activity between, it is the ferroalloy and metal business, it is the steel industry, and I don't know if you know it, but it is, let's say, the raw material for what they are using the steel plants in the furnace, and after they do the finally lead and so on. And I really don't know nothing about it, and they give me responsibility for the foreign business, and my English was, the Hungarian is going to Latino, and I said, why not? But after 1.5 years, I really lose my motivation, because I saw the rules of the company, what I don't agree, because they try to cheat some others and so on, and I do my own decision, okay, it's not for you. I try to left this company, and after this 1.5 years, what I try to find the foreign companies, I send a letter, thanks for cooperation and so on. And for my surprise, I received really 6 offers for do the brokerage service. It means based commission. It means you give them some suggestion for the business, for buying some material. We agree the commission, the business realization, they pay you the commission. Simple, really, without any cost, nothing. And I said, okay, it's not bad idea, because I don't need to have any cost for it. I want to have only the laptop, be online and mobile, and that's it. And I still sitting, and for which company I try to start to do it, and I choose one company in Luxembourg, and it was, my father mentioned till now, he doesn't have the same courage as me in these times, because I told him, what are you doing next day? And he asked me why, because I need to transfer to the Vienna, to Schwechat. Where are you flying? To Luxembourg. With whom alone? When you fly back at afternoon. It means I coordinate meeting with them on the airport, with this company, with these 2 owners. and try to go introduce myself and really have a feel if they give me the chance or no. But I told them, okay, but you cannot tell them you sell 1,000,000 tons, they will expect it from you. You cannot tell them you don't know nothing about it, it's lose of the time. Tell them who are you and let's see. And after these 3 hours, they give me the chance for 1 year as trial. And I call it now also when I'm on the wheelchair. It was my best step in my life because next year I will be with this company 10 years already. I have an anniversary, let's see what I receive. And, but at the beginning it was really funny because I start to say, I think you will understand me now more. People still ask me how I start learn English. If I have some special teacher or something like this, and I tell them nothing, only myself. I take the phone, I ring the number, and when I want to say this ID, I try to, let's say, turning around 6 times you mention, oh, sorry. And it was my way how I do this English. And now, because what is important for me, okay, the grammar English and the teachers is one point, but the speaking English and also the what you call it with the people is another story. Because when you are call it with the Chinese, you know it well. They speak with you how they have some toys under the hands and so on. It's kind of Indians, if you call it, they are how they have the candies in the mouth. Or if you call to London, they are secure, they half of the words they don't use. It means it's important only have the slang, let's say, English and understand all. And now I am, as you see on the left side, as I mentioned to you, we were also on the wedding, on Indian wedding. It means I traveling also a lot with the work. With this one owner, we were 3 weeks in the Calcutta. With another one, I was 3 weeks in Shanghai and Hong Kong because we have also office in China. It means it was really another opportunity for me, again, be satisfied at the market and so on. And what is main important for me, I can buy also food for the dog for another 2 weeks. And really, also now I received some other suggestions from the companies, but I still don't forget who gave me the chance for this company, and everything is okay. And we are also, there is not only the, let's say, the owner and employee, but we are also the friends and everything, and it's going smoothly. And at the end of this, let's say, short story, what I want to tell you, what is I call it the life is beautiful, what I know from myself, what is teach me after these years. We must living here and now, because if you, I don't know if somebody of you can have a chance to change something what happened 5 minutes back. Nobody. It means if you do some decision what you don't agree, and if you still think about it, what is going on, you lose the time. What is important, only try to find solution, it was a good decision or no, and go for the next one. But don't forget for the real life, because I know also a lot of people still sitting what happened in the past and why I do this, and they lose the time and they lose the reality, and it is important. Also, same as me. I also can ask myself, okay, why I don't have the space bell, it was only one stick and maybe I will be, this accident don't happen and so on. But okay, that's it. I don't change it, I must accept my real status and try to moving in it, and it is important. Also for the future, I know the people, they have a big vision, how they want to have a money and everything. Finally they receive it, the money, they have the target, what they want to do, and they had a feel, okay, they don't have nothing. Because on this way, maybe they lose the friends, family, healthy, and so on. It is really important. We are here and now. It is what I'm doing every time, because also for me, you have a clear example, because I never have a target, have a lot of cups from tennis, be a trader, or do the business with the ferroalloys, because I don't know it now, also do the speaker. I don't have this idea in the past, and now it's going on daily basis, the opportunities, you catch it, you investment time on it, and you are quite succeed. It is the first one. Second one is what I like it also so much, how you set up after you realize, because you remember when you open your eyes, and the people mentioned the first 4 or 5 ideas at the morning are coordinate your day. And I know maybe what I tell you now, you understand what I mean. You open your eyes, oh shit, I don't need to go wake up. Or you saw your face in the mirror, oh mamma mia. after you said, okay, today I am again hurrying my colleague in the office, it will be a terrible day, you went back afternoon and you said, exactly what I'm meaning. But why? Because at the morning you want to have it. It is important. It is also, for me, it's important. I open my eyes and I'm still moving and healthy a little bit, let's say, in the limit. But and also I am enjoying every day. And okay, why we are stronger. Because people mention, oh, I have a really still lot of problems. But when we solve the problems on the positive side, we are stronger and it's easier. Because when was the idle life? Everybody is boring if you think about it. Why we are stronger? Because we solve the problems, but for the positive side, not for the negative side. It is again, and decision is only up to us. It is really, the life is simple, and also I don't see any problem for it. And people also ask me why I am still smiling and in the good mood and so on, because I explain them I know what is a feel be on diet bed, and the worst situation what can happen to me is only diet, but I don't remember it. It is simple like this. And the last one also what is again from my experience, the life is also giving us, but life is also taking from us. And a lot of people, also maybe from your area, still mention, oh, I only have a problems and I don't like the life and so on. But why? Because they still think about the same. Because for me, it's the same. Okay, I lose maybe the chance be a professional footballer, have maybe, I don't know, $1 more what I have now or something. But okay, but for other side, the life is open me the value of the life, the new chances, the new opportunity. Also try to accept, let's say, my disability, because I know I am limited for the healthy people, a lot of person, but I am still don't have a time for all what I want to do and so on. It means it again, decision is still on us for it. And really also up to you now, you see, you cannot tell me something is impossible because everything is possible. And now if you have some questions or something, I am ready, we can discuss. I think it's okay, yes?
If I can.
Yes.
Yeah. If I want to play tennis with you, can I?
Yeah. Okay, but I don't have here the tennis wheel.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, no problem. Yes. And also I can have a two times can ball have a ball bounce down. Not only one but 2 times, but the other rules are the same. With a secure result.
Were you, before the accident, were you also that positive and all smiling?
It is really good question, because I tell you honestly, you cannot compare before accident and now, because it are really completely different life. And also I was 20 and 22 years young, let's say teenager. It means I don't have any idea for my life, and I know only the sports and football. It means I don't think about what is it life, what is value of the life, what are the risk and so on. But some characters, for sure, I let's say have the same. Let's be the fighter and so on. If I like something, investment, a lot of energy. But about the character and about the ideas of the life, it's really difficult to compare, because also when you are standing on the wheelchair, it's complete change of your life. It is the same when, for example, the small child is worried, and she starts walking and so on, but she doesn't move. And if me was opposite, I can, let's say, speaking but don't move. But you must try to find the solution, because, for example, at the beginning I have a bigger wheelchair, I cannot go for some doors. If I have this wheelchair, the little in front of, I cannot go to elevator. After you must change, if you can close, what kind of clothes you must have it, because you don't feel all complete your body, you cannot eat everything and so on. It was really the school, and especially I know it's funny again, but when you go to the oil pump and so on, because it is usually, I call it the secure station for the toilet and so on, and the Slovak experience is really nice. Please, where you have the toilet for disability, yes, it is there, but don't go there. We have there the food or drinks and so on. But really, I tell you, you cannot compare it. It's completely different. But some characters, yes, but I cannot tell you if I was the same or not.
So what's your next sport? then okay.
Next sport.
Yeah.
I call it in the first life, I run, second move, and maybe third one, I fly. I don't know. But I have some challenges again. People ask to me, but let's see what is going on.
Be a pilot.
Pilot, yes. I was a pilot, but we were paragliding from the car. And also, it's another story. You see, I tell you only the funny stories and so on, but I solve on daily basis the problems. For example, the last one, as you see, what I have it now, the fresh one, it's 6 squeegees. I was on the holiday again, and they showing it at the disability room, and there was the table for the shower was like this at the wall, and when you put like this what must be the fixed was not. It means you must find position, and after cross the fingers when you jump there and back. And third days I don't have a luck. I jump back from this chair to the wheelchair, and for sure it's fell down, and it's like this. And I don't do it on time, and I catch the head on the wall, and this one on the wheelchair, and I have it a big open, let's say, by the blood and everything. And it was Saturday evening, 9 p.m. in the Turkish, and you must find solution, okay? I take it on the plaster on it, and I think it will be okay, but at 11 o'clock the blood still going out. And I said, okay, we have insurance from Allianz, and I tried to find like this. Slovak again, flexibility. I called 30 minutes for catch some reference number, what is question 30 seconds normally, but 30 minutes when I try to find the responsible people. They give me, okay, now you have it, and you must call now some people from the traveling agency who help you for which hospital and so on going on. It means I find it again, and then they told me, yes, the car is going to you at the midnight. And I tell them, okay, I'm on the wheelchair, please send the car for the disability. It can be the normal, not the higher. Yes, for sure. The car is going, here was the sitting. Two guesses must help me sitting on it. I went alone 1 hour by car to the hospital, to the Turkey. They told me, yes, there will be for sure Slovak translator and everything. They take me out from the car. I go to the hospital. For sure, there was nobody who was speaking the Slovak, who was speaking the English. It means I called again. I must wait for the guy who is going at 1 a.m. in the bad mood because it was the night, who was translator from English to Turkish. The first his ID was pay cash. I said, I don't pay cash. I have an insurance. It means I fight with them. They took the photo, everything. And I go to the room when they do the stitches, and there was the guy, from the Miami. He was with the stick on the head, with the short dress, short trousers, and doesn't speak English. And he said, "Oh, relax." And I think he's on the drugs, or I don't know. They put me on the bed. He forget give me the how you call it? It's a uspaito, anesthetic. They don't give me any anesthetic. It means on the life. And they give me, hey, relax, it's okay. I put it like this, and I saw only the Nick, and he called it his assistant, and he teach him on it on my head. But it was really pain because maybe my hands, legs start moving a little bit if I have it. And I said, oh, he said, oh, relax. And I said, okay, but it's pain. And after like this, it was 30 minutes, and he told me, yes, now you are sleeping here in hospital because you must have about the disinfection and so on. And I said, no, I am not sleeping here. Forget for it. And they give me the receipt for the antibiotic, and I went back at hotel at 4 a.m. from Saturday to Sunday. And at the morning, I went to the reception and I asked, I want to be seriously, because it was not my mistake, this chair. And I tell them, please, can you help me a little bit? Put some guy or somebody going to the medical shop and give me this antibiotic, or I have it on receipt. And she told me, okay, let me check. I will try to find some medical shop when you can go buying it. And I said, what? After it's my again, I start to be a little nervous, and I asked him, okay, call me please, general manager of the hotel. There was 6 people, and I tell them, okay, guys, let's go with me, and I show you, is it a really disability room? And they were there, and they see it was their mistake, because the chair and everything was not possible to do it. Okay, I call it I am the flexibility man on the wheelchair, because if you must do something, I do it. But when you have a worse disability, you really don't do nothing. And they saw it, and really the mechanic taking the chair out and everything, and it was a big boom. And after they asked me how I need it for the showing and so on, I told them, okay, it's 1 point. You see, here is the mirror, here is for the hand, it's also not possible. Toilet also, okay, I do it, but the normal no, don't do it. After 1 hour, I have an antibiotic on the room with the flower. And they told me, yeah, for sure, we compromise you. Next year, call us, we give you the special room and everything. Because they understand it, I don't lie in COVID. And it was the point for them. And it was, but when I was really quiet or something, you don't realize nothing. You see, it is and otherwise it happened, and I was with my family. It means I cannot do the bad mood for them because I have this problem. It means they go to the swimming, everything. I do my own program. I do the jobs with the children and everything. And they told me 3 days don't swimming, and after antibiotic on the sun and so on. And I coordinate my program, and nobody feels something happened. It is important again for your head, because I can start to crying and do the worst situation and blah blah, but no, it is not my job. And it is why I told you I living on daily basis and enjoy every day, and that's it. And the problems are put as the stronger and so on. I know the next time when I see this chair, I don't do the show. I will be dirty 1 week.
You must have some, sometimes when you feel down, so do you have any routine how to get from it?
Yes, I have. It is, you are right, time to time is going, but last 3 years, no. Because, I have my own, let's say, the mentality program. When this time's coming, I know the way how they are going out, because I also using the meditation, the relaxed music, and so on. Yes.
Yes. Meditate or what kind of routine?
Yes. Because time to time, you see, you have you know it from yourself. You have some pressure on your head, and you need to relax. Because when you do the more pressure on your head, after you start to do some mistake and can happen something healthy and so on. But I managed it. It is really by this. I listen music, or I go out with the dog or something. But it is again the playing with my brain. It's also these times when I going little what they want to go time down, I put it back. But it is, I call it, the life is really not so complicated. The life is the game, and the rules of this game is on us. It is like this. But you are right, because I am already, and what was funny, this happened to me when I was really 18 years anniversary from the accident. It was present. And but at the beginning I was not so strong mentality at the beginning, for sure, because I was really time to time down. And after what I mentioned to you, must fight with yourself. When the negative is going, you must try to find positive and so on. But you must do it again yourself. I don't use any medicaments. I don't discuss with any psychology, nothing, only my way.
Okay, and do you or have you read any book or something? Because there is that's the journey how you get from the down to the, let's say, to the normal life.
Not book, but only really about this meditation music.
Okay.
I do it really. I try to find, because also about this relaxing and meditation music, the adaptation is on each is different. Because for example, the music what I am hearing, listening, cannot help to you, because you must try to find another one. And it is how I coordinate it, fight with my brain. And now I have a new challenge. They mentioned our brain is doing on 20%, and I want to do for 22.
And what was your biggest motivation at that time when happened that accident?
The biggest motivation, it's really, if I think about it, I don't have any motivation, because the first level you must try to find. And when happens this, let's say, situation, you are still in the mind, is the normal insurance or journey, and maybe you 1 or 2 months, you stand up and go out. You have a still dream, it can happen, but okay, your rehabilitation, you start walking again. But after half of the year, because I lose the medicaments and everything, and you feel the reality, and you try to find what you want to do. And the motivation was also maybe how we are fighting together with the parents on daily basis, because I saw on their faces the smile when I start to do smile and try to do something, but I don't have really any target. But the motivation was really living together in this time with them, because I don't have idea what is going on with me and what I want to do. And it's but when I think about it, it was like this, because we living on daily basis, and we also, because when I was 1 year after the accident, I still can sitting in the wheelchair 30 minutes, and I must go lying because I start to be white and I then cannot breathe and nothing. It was terrible. It means I really try to survive and be stronger on daily basis. Motivation was survive, let's say. It was not so easy.
Okay. Any questions?
You stop discussion, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what I personally really like about your story is you made it appear so easy, but we're sure that it's been really tough for you as well. So thank you very much for sharing your story. I wish we all had such courage and determination that you have. One of the so many lessons that you shared, I think one of the important lessons for me was that it's so important to have a support system. Without support system, we cannot really go ahead in life. So thank you very much once
Okay,
again.
with big pleasure.